Welcome to this episode of our program Daily Debate. As usual, we will be discussing important topics. The first, tonight, we'll be discussing two important segments, two important topics. The first is the President's receiving to the Greek Prime Minister here at the north coast of Alamein coast, rather the north coast of the city of Alamein, where they discussed a number of regional and international issues of mutual concerns, as well as means of bolstering mutual cooperation. We'll be speaking about that in our first segment. In our second segment, we'll be speaking about the fourth Egyptian abroad conference that highlighted the economic, political and social issues facing our expats. Definitely that comes within the framework of the political leadership keenness to integrate expats into the fabric of their homeland and exerts the utmost effort in order to be able to serve them and at the same time fulfill the aspiration of some of them and see means of their collaboration to their homelands. We'll be speaking about that in our second segment. Before we delve into our discussion, let me first have our first segment. And President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis in the new city of Alamein City. Presidential spokesman Councillor Ahmed Fahmy stated that the meeting witnessed bilateral discussions followed by extensive discussions between the delegations of both sides. Where the President welcomed the visit of the Greek Prime Minister to Egypt, once again congratulating him on the electoral victory achieved by the ruling party in the Greek parliamentary elections. The President also praised the depth and stability of the distinguished strategic relations between Egypt and Greece, the tangible developments witnessed by bilateral cooperation in various fields and the distinguished levels of political coordination between both countries on issues of common concern, while expressing appreciation for Greece's position towards Egypt, whether on the bilateral or international levels within the framework of the European Union, in addition to the fruitful cooperation at the level of the tripartite cooperation mechanisms with Cyprus. For his side, the Greek Prime Minister affirmed the firmness of the close and historic ties between the two countries, welcoming the remarkable progress in the level of cooperation over the past years, and expressing his country's keenness to continue deepening relations between both countries and pushing them to broader horizons at various levels, especially in light of the prominent Egyptian role in facing crises and current challenges in the Mediterranean region. The Greek Prime Minister also extended his appreciation to Egypt after sending planes to assist in extinguishing the forest fires in Greece, while the President expressed his sincere condolences and solidarity with Greece in facing the repercussions of the forest fires, stressing that Egypt stands by Greece in face of all crises. The spokesman added that the two leaders discussed ways to enhance bilateral cooperation and confirmed their mutual keenness to speed up the implementation of the agreements and MOUs signed between both countries, as well as pushing for cooperation in the fields of military, economic and cultural cooperation, in addition to the energy file and what is related to gas resources and electrical connection as well as the green energy transformation. The two also exchanged visions regarding regional files of common interest, as both countries are consistent in the East Mediterranean region issues, with an emphasis on the fact that the Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum represents one of the most important tools in this context. The two leaders also discussed the development of the phenomenon of illegal immigration in the Mediterranean basin, where the Greek Prime Minister appreciated Egypt's effort to confront this phenomenon, especially in light of the burdens it imposes due to hosting millions of refugees in Egypt. The discussion also dealt with a number of issues. On top of them is the repercussions of the Russian-Ukraine war, as well as the Libyan file. And to highlight the issue, we have with us over the phone His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good evening to you, Your Excellency.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much. So today we've seen the President receiving the Greek Prime Minister in his first visit to Egypt since assuming office. How do you view the relations between Egypt and Greece and the bilateral cooperation?
This is an old story. It started with Alexander the Great and the establishing of our great city of Alexandria, where we have really a big Greek community in Alexandria up till the 60s, and those who lived in Alexandria at that time, I am one of them, we were surrounding with thousands of Greek people. We still have the Greek club in downtown Alexandria.
Yes.
We still have the Greek club in Garden City in Cairo. But let us come recently when we joined the European Union Euro-Mediterranean group, and we have this association agreement with Europe where Greece is a member, and they helped us a lot during the negotiations. Now, recently, during the time of our President Fattah el-Sisi, we were lucky to discover together the new discoveries of gas in the eastern part of the Mediterranean. Here we establish a group of those who are producing gas in the area. Since then, we started to think how Egypt and Europe, and especially Greece, Cyprus and Italy, can cooperate within the process of energy, whether it is electricity or oil or gas. Now we are importing gas from the Greek and liquidate it in Damietta and Rashid. This is very intensive industry for gas to make it liquid, and we re-export it again to Europe. Many things are established here, and we hope that we can continue this process because both of us, whether the Greek and the Egyptians, we know each other, we have a long history. Still, we have a big community of Egyptians living in Greece. One eminent diplomat, Greek diplomat, told me that 1/4 of the sailors on the commercial fleet in Greece are Egyptians.
Yes.
Coming especially from up North Egypt, Izbit al-Burg, near Damietta, and they are really very good workers according to our Greek friends.
Yes, Your Excellency, here we're speaking also about expanding relations between Egypt and Greece in different fields, the economic one, the military one, and of course the political ones, particularly in face of the current challenges, which are the regional and international files. On top of them is the Russian-Ukraine war and the Libyan file.
Yes, without being present, although I am very near, I am in El Alamein now, talking to you from El Alamein, and we hear every now and then the helicopters going and coming back to bring our guests here. Without being present in the negotiation room, I can expect, like you said, that they will discuss, of course, or they are discussing the international problems such as the war in Ukraine and its negative effects on the economy of the world. Of course, the epidemic of corona and how we succeeded to face it successfully. Of course, we have the problem of some countries want to share with us the wealth of the East Mediterranean. They would discuss also what's happening in Libya, in Syria, in Sudan. And then on top of all of this, of course, the direct relations, the bilateral relations between Egypt and Greece, and we expect that our community in Greece will be treated like always much better. Greece is offering Egypt 3,000 more visas for those who want to live in Greece and work there. We have the Suez Canal zone. We are inviting our Greek partners to come and invest there. Many things are there. Suez Canal also is a part of our common relations. The sky is the limit there, and Greece is one of the most important European partners to the Egyptian foreign policy.
Indeed, indeed, Your Excellency, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister, we thank you so much for being with us and for your input here. Definitely Egypt and Greece enjoy historical relations that has extended over the years, but recently we've seen more and more of relations extending on the bilateral and the trilateral levels, definitely including Cyprus, and many of issues and common positions are stemming from such relations.